Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to cover Amazon VPC in this video. Amazon VPC is a service that allows you to create an isolated environment within AWS. It is the logically isolated virtual network that you can define within the AWS network. The virtual network closely resembles the traditional network that you have operate in your own data center. It is a part of the main network, and you create a VPC for your own resources, AWS resources. It is exactly same as the traditional network. The key features, it enables you basically to define your own IP address range, your subnets, your route tables, your internet gateways, your security groups, your network ACLs, to control how your AWS resources communicate with each other and with internet. Now we have a subnet segmentation here. VPC resides inside a region, and there can be the subnets can be there in multiple availability zones. So subnets are basically, we create public and private subnet. These are created for better security. The instances which are there in public subnet can be accessed through the internet, but for security purposes, if the subnets are there in private, instances are there in private subnet, you cannot directly access those resources. Then comes the security groups. Security groups and network access control list. Security groups are basically the firewalls which is applicable on the instance levels, and network ACLs are the firewalls for the subnet. It gives a double layer of protection, to measure how the traffic can come to the EC2 instances and go outside the instances. So the firewall is there. Then we have internet gateway and NAT gateway. Basically, it controls outbound and inbound traffic, internet access. Then we have peering connections, the multiple VPCs, how they can connect with each other. We have VPC. Then elastic IPs also we have in our VPC. It basically assigns static public IPs to the instances which resides in the VPC. Then we have VPC endpoint. It basically allows you to securely connect to AWS services without using internet. Let's understand various Amazon VPC components. VPC, as we already knew, it's a logically isolated virtual network in the AWS cloud. You can define VPC's IP address, and it ranges from whatever you select. Subnet basically is a segment of VPC's IP address range where you can place groups of isolated resources. We can put the EC2 instances, RDS, various other AWS services we can put inside the subnet. Then internet gateway, Amazon VPC side of a connection to the public internet. Internet gateway is used from the public internet. It is used inside the VPC to access the instances or the resources which are present in public subnet. Then comes the NAT gateway. NAT gateway is basically a highly available and managed network address translation service for your resources in a private subnet to access the internet. So NAT gateway is another component of VPC. So if an EC2 instance is there in the private subnet and it wants to access the internet, it is doable with the help of NAT gateways. Peering connection, basically peering connection is when the two VPCs wants to connect with each other, peering connection is used. VPC endpoints, it enables private connectivity to services hosted in AWS from within your VPC without using internet gateway, VPN, NAT gateway devices, or firewall proxies. So with the help of VPC endpoint, you can talk to the other AWS services inside the VPC. Egress only internet gateway, a stateful gateway to provide egress only access from IPv6 traffic from VPC to the internet. Let's understand an important concept of CIDR in VPC. CIDR means classless interdomain routing. In VPC, it is a method for allocating and managing IP addresses more efficiently. So when you create a VPC in AWS, you have to mention the CIDR block to define the range of private IP addresses which are available for resources within VPC. So when you create VPC, you have to mention the CIDR block, so it will allocate that much IP addresses for your resources which you can use within your VPC. So AWS allows CIDR blocks in the range of 10.0.0.0/8 to 171.31.255.255/12. Also, Amazon VPC supports IPv6 IP addresses. So if you create a VPC with 10.0.0./16, it basically provides 65,536 IP addresses for you to access or for you to use in your the part of the cloud which you have created on a VPC. You can then divide this range into smaller subnets. Now we will learn how to create VPC, and when we create VPC we will learn how two VPCs can communicate with each other with the help of VPC peering. So we will learn now how to create a VPC, how to create a public subnet, and inside the public subnet how to create an EC2 instance. Then we will also learn how we can create internet gateway. Internet gateway is basically used to access the EC2 instance from the internet. So and then we have a route table. Route table basically have the entries for the public or private subnet, and in our case we have public subnet, and also the route table will have the entry for internet gateway. So the traffic from internet with the help of route table will go to public subnet and then to the EC2 instances. Similarly, we will create a first VPC and then VPC, second VPC, and then we will later establish a VPC connection so that the EC2 instance in our first VPC can communicate with the EC2 instance in the second VPC. Now we have logged into our account and we will now go and search VPC. The VPC dashboard will appear here, and we will go and click VPC. Here the default VPC is present, which we have got by default from the AWS when we first create our account. So this is the default VPC. Now we will start creating our VPC. Now here we are using only VPC only. We are not choosing VPC and more. Now I will give my VPC name as VPC A. My VPC A. So we will create VPC A. This we will call as VPC A, and this is VPC B. Now the IPv4 CIDR block we will give 10.0.0.0/16. So we will give 16. So it will have 65,000 IPs will be allocated to us. We will not select IPv6. The tenancy, other two options we have got, dedicated and default. Dedicated means we will get the dedicated hardware for our VPC, so we don't need that, and it is very costly, so we'll go for default, and then we will create VPC. So our first step is done for VPC A. Now we will go and create subnet. Now we will click on create subnet. We will select the VPC as my VPC A. Now we will give the name as public subnet A. Availability zone we will choose as US East 1A. Now the IP CIDR block is for the VPC is this /16, and for the subnet we will choose as /24. So when we choose /24, we will get 256 IPs for our subnet, for the public subnet A, and create subnet. So now subnet is also created. Now this VPC is created. Now public subnet is created. Now we'll create the route table. we will create route table. This is the default route table which we got in our default VPC. Now we'll click create route table, my RTA, because it is for VPC A. Now select VPC, my VPC A, and create route table. So now route table will have the entries for the subnet and then internet gateway. So internet gateway we have not created yet. So we will give the entries for subnet. So we will associate our public subnet. Our public subnet is present, public subnet A, and we will create the association. Now we have created this and the route table for this. Now we will go and create internet gateway. This is the internet gateway. Now create internet gateway, my IGW for VPC A. Okay, create internet gateway. Now again we will go to route table, and in the my route table, under the routes we will add the route for internet gateway. We will click on edit route, and then we will add the route. So we will say from this, now we will select internet gateway, and now here internet, yes, here it's not showing internet gateway because we have not attached internet gateway to our VPC. So I'll leave as it is here, and I'll again open the VPC in another tab. So internet gateway, see here it is saying it is detached. So I'll click on this and click on actions and then attach to VPC. Now here I will attach to my first VPC. That's why it's also not showing. Now it is attached. If we again go, now both the VPCs are attached. This is the default one and this is the one we have created. We will again go back and see if it is coming here or not. We will again select internet gateway and it's not still showing. Wait, I'll remove this and I will again add the route. From internet, I will choose internet gateway, and here also it is still not refreshed. I will cancel this and again try to add the route, edit routes, add route. I will choose internet gateway and see now it is showing internet gateway 1, which we have created and attached to our VPC. We will now save changes. Now our route table will have the is having the entry for the public subnet and also the entry for internet gateway. So now users can easily go to our EC2 instance, but EC2 instance is not there. So we will go to EC2 dashboard and create an instance. Click on launch instance, then my instance A, Amazon Linux as it is we will choose, instance type t2.micro. I have a key pair, my key pair. Now I will choose the VPC, the VPC A which we have created. Subnet, only one subnet is there, so it is there. Now I will create a security group, and here in the security group, inbound security is SSH, and I will again give the security, inbound security rule as HTTP and from anywhere. And I'll go to advanced details and I will copy the user data script, scroll down, and here we are basically installing the HTTPD server, starting the service, and then we are getting the details from our EC2 instance. Click on launch instance. Now this part is complete. We have created a VPC, we have created a public subnet under one availability zone. We have a route table which is having the entry for public subnet and also the entry for internet gateway. Now I'll quickly create another VPC B and I'll create the public subnet, EC2 instance, route tables, exactly same way I have created VPC A, and then I will show you how to create a VPC peering connection. Now I have created my VPC B. I'll show you what exactly the steps I have done. When creating the my VPC B, I have selected IPv4 CIDR as 192.168.0.0/16. So again, this my VPC B will also have 65,000 IPs. I then have created subnets. This is my public subnet B, and in the subnets, what I have done is subnets I have created. Then I have created the route table, my route table B. I have done the subnet association of my route table with public subnets, and in the routes, I then have created internet gateway also, internet gateway B, and internet gateway I have attached to my VPC B. Then in the route tables, I came again and I click on edited route, and then I have uh, added the route for internet gateway. So I have done, I've created the VPC, I've created the public subnet route table have the entry for the public subnet and for the internet gateway. I have then created the EC2 instance also under the VPC. I will show in the dashboard instances. I will select only running instances. This is my second instance which I have created, my instance B, and here basically this is the VPC ID, my VPC. I have created this instance under my VPC B, and under my VPC B it is there in the public subnet. So both my instances are up and running. Now I will go and see. I'll select my instance B and I'll click on public IPv4 address, and if we will see, uh, our user data script should be ran, and we should be able to get the hello world. See, we are getting now. Now we will go and check for the my instance A. Okay, I made a mistake and I have not assigned public IPv4 address here. I think while creating the subnet, I have missed this. So I will again go to my VPC and subnets, and my this instance A is connected to my subnet A, public subnet A. So I'll click on this, and then I will click on edit subnet settings. See, enable auto assign IP. I have forgotten while creating the subnet. So I will click on this, and I will save it. I hope by doing this, my instance should get the public IP before. Still, it's not showing. Maybe it will take some time to reflect. So even after associating the public IP by editing the subnet settings, the IP address, I have stopped the instance and restarted it, but still my IPv4 address is not coming. So another way is to do allocate elastic IP, but elastic IP will cost you money. So what I'll do is I will stop this instance and create a new instance for our subnet. I'll click on launch instance, and then my instance A1, I will say Amazon Linux T2.micro key pair login. I will use the key pair. Network settings I will edit. I will create in my VPC A the public subnet. Now here auto assign IP is enabled, because I have enabled, I have gone to my subnet and enabled. So right now it's showing enabled. Then create a security group, SSH into the instance inbound rule. I will add HTTP also, and from anywhere 0.0. I'll go to advanced details, and I will copy the user data script and paste here. Here it will install HTTPD server, and then it will show hello world from hostname and launch instance. Our public IP will surely come, because we have corrected our public IP creation auto assign in our subnet. Our second instance IP is correctly running. Our second instance is running. So the instance which we have created right now, it will take some time, and then it will we will have the elastic IP public IP v4 here. Now this is my instance A1, it's here. I will try, maybe the HTTPD server might be created, but again the system checks are not, it's still into the initializing state, so it might take some time. We will wait for some time and then we will again check. Now if I'll go and click my instance A1. Now we have the public IPv4 address. I will go and see if our HTTPD server is correctly installed. Yes, it's working right now. So now I will quickly connect our EC2 instance with the instance connect, and now what I will do is the other EC2 instance, that is the EC2 instance B, I will try to ping this instance, my instance B. It's a bit slow. We will check. uh, this is what we are trying to do right now. It's taking time. From the instance in the public subnet of A, from A we are trying to ping the instance which is there in the VPC B. So what I did was I copied the private IP address of instance B, and now my instance A is connected. What I will do is I will write ping and the IP address which we have copied. Now what we are doing is we are pinging the IP address of instance B from A. Now let's see if we are able to do it or not. So ping commands basically sends a packet of data from one network device to another. So it is reachable or not, and the network connectivity is there or not. So this is what we are trying to do, but we will not be able to reach there. So I will stop this, and now I will come to the VPC peering connection. So VPC peering connection is basically a networking connection between the two VPCs, and it enables you to route traffic between them using IPv4 addresses. Instances in either VPC can communicate with each other as if they are in the same VPC or in the same network. You can create a VPC peering connection between your own VPC if there are multiple instances in the same VPC, or within a VPC in another account also. So we will try VPC peering connection. Now let's create VPC peering connection. So we are into the VPC dashboard, and here on the left hand side we will select peering connection. Now there is no peering connection right now. We will create peering connection. I will say my demo peering. Now I will select a local VPC. So I will select VPC A. Okay, this is the CIDR of VPC A. Now the another VPC is also in my account, because the another VPC also is there. It's not from another account and in this region only. Now let's see if the acceptor VPC is there or not. It's saying VPC B. So this is the CIDR of VPC B. Now we will create peering connection. Now peering connection. Now in order to make this VPC peering connection work, we basically have to accept the request. We will go and click on actions and accept request. So now the peering connection is established. Now let's see if we are able to ping from our instance A to instance B or not. So now the peering connection is established. So do you think we are able to ping the EC2 instance in the B? No, we will not be able to do. So I will stop this, and now I have to basically what exactly I need to do is I have to write the route in the our route table of this VPC. VPC B in our route table, and then only with the help of route table the VPC connection from VPC B to A would be established. So we will go to route table, we will click on my route table, and then routes. We have to add the route. Now you see, we will add the route. Now the VPC, now the CIDR for our VPC B is 192 dot, I'll check once. Your VPC 168, it's not only 68, 168.0.0/16. So it's saying it has given correctly. Now we will select peering connection. Now the peering connection which we have created will come, my demo peering. Now it is correctly coming, and now we have added the route in our route table. We will save the changes. Now let's try if we are able to ping or not. Now again you will be surprised, this will not work. Again we have to stop it, and now we have to do the same thing uh, for the route table of VPC B. We need to add the route for VPC A. So in both the route tables we have to add the routes for other VPCs, then only the peering connection will get established. So we will again go to route table. Now we will select my route for B. We will click on routes and edit routes. Here we will do the same thing. Our first VPC IP CIDR is 10.0.0/16. Okay, and then again we will select peering connection, and the peering connection will come my demo peering, and we will save the changes. So now both the route tables are having the entries for the other VPCs. Now let's see if we are able to do it or not. I have added the routes in our route table. So we have added an extra level of security in our EC2 instances, which is called as security groups. So I have selected security group my instance A and security group for my instance, and then I have to add the inbound rule. So in order to do the ping command, we have to use the ICMP protocol. So we will select ICMP v4, and from here I have to give the range for the VPC which we have created, 192.168. This is the one which is showing. This is the IP CIDR for VPC, and we will save this. Then similarly we have to go to the security group of instance B, and we have to edit the security group inbound rules, security group of this instance B. We have to again edit inbound rule, we have to add the rule, so that ICMP v4, and now our first it is the IP CIDR range is for the VPC A is 10.0.0/16, and we will save it, and we will give it as VPC A, and we will save this. Now the security groups, the inbound rules are saved for both the instances. Now let's see if we are able to ping the other IP or not. See, we have started getting reply from the other instance which is there in the VPC. What we will do is we will basically connect our instance B also, and we try to ping the instance B, instance A from instance B. Now here we will select this, we will click on connect, We'll connect this, and now we will copy the instance ID for my instance A, the private IP which has been allocated. So if we are able to, now it's connecting. VPC, the instance B is connecting. Now let's see, from instance B we are able to connect to instance A or not. Now we will say ping, and the instance, it's, yes. Now let's see if we are able to do the other way around or not. Now in order to see if our peering connection is working correctly or not, we will go and select the private IP of instance A, and we will go and do the curl command. If the VPC B is able to connect to VPC A, the instances in the A, and now if we have got the hello world from 10.0.0 slash 24. This is the CIDR for our VPC A, and this is the CIDR for the IP address for our EC2 instance A. So that's how we have properly established the VPC peering connection, and it's correctly working. Both the traffic from EC2 instance is coming here, and from here we are able to connect to instance in this VPC B. So the peering connection is working correctly. Now before logging off, we need to delete all the resources which we have created, the VPC, public subnets, route tables, internet gateway. If we will not delete everything, it will cost money if the resources keep on running. So my humble request is to delete everything once you have finished doing this project. I hope you liked my video. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.